I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I was just staring at you while you were bathing. Like a creep. Oh, no, creeps! Are you a creep? You are not getting my creepy cloth. Just turn right around, young man. Trick-or-treaters, welcome to another episode of Spookorama, where we talk about spooky things all year round. I am your host, Cromwell Witch, and today we are talking about horror movies. Theoretically. But not just any horror movies. We are talking about horror movies that I love and everyone else seems to hate. If you've been around this channel for a while, you may have noticed I have terrible taste in films. Everything, throughout this relationship, I will give you many film recommendations, and it is up to you to suss out whether they are worth pursuing or not. Most people would say not. I think they're great though, so take that with the grain of salt it deserves. Consequently, I thought it would be fun to talk about some movies that I really, really love, and I have heard smack talk, trash talked, whatever kind of bad talking you can do about a movie, I have heard it about these movies. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I love that movie. Shush, shush, shush. So first up on today's list, we have, where should we start this list? In no particular order, I dare say. Let us start with, let us start with a delightful film. One which I feel has a bad reputation, but it shouldn't. And I don't understand why it has a bad reputation. We're starting with Alien vs. Predator. Now, Alien, the whole Alien franchise is like my favorite horror franchise. I love xenomorphs, don't want to meet one, but I love xenomorphs. I love all of them, well, I love most of the movies, and like, it's one of my all-time favorite franchises. And I love Alien vs. Predator because, hear me out, it's like the ultimate sci-fi mashup. Alien versus Predator. Humanity's caught in the middle of this epic battle. Hell yeah! I mean, it's such a great combination of critters, and then Lance Henriksen, and then it's got a decent story as well. A lot of people, I don't know what the complaints are. I just know I've heard a lot of complaints like, oh gosh, at least it wasn't like Alien vs. Predator. No. Alien vs. Predator Requiem? The movie was trash. Trash the heck out of that. No business of mine. But Alien vs. Predator I thought was a really fun movie, and a lot of people did not. And I'm like, okay. Well, like, let's talk about Prometheus, because that was trash. Let's talk about Alien 4, which should have been better than it was, and that's what kills me about Alien Resurrection. It's like you hear about how good it was going to be and like all the stuff that was supposed to happen, and then like it got just trashed and didn't happen, and that makes me sad. But we're not talking about Alien Resurrection. We are talking about Alien vs. Predator. Because, look, it's a great movie, and I love it. I will watch that movie over and over. I can't do that with all of the Alien movies. Alien vs. Predator, like, I could watch that this morning and then go this evening and be like, let's watch it again, because why not? Next up on the list, number 2. I don't know how many of these there are. I just have a mental list, so Lord help us all, because I didn't write these down. Next up on the list, let's go with this one. Because this is a thoroughly, how to put it? Many people do not like this movie, and they would be right. But, so in the 1990s, a banner decade for us all, I'm sure. In the 1990s, this movie came out called The Haunting. Now see, I was but a wee lass in the 90s, and it came on TV a lot in my youth. So probably like late 90s, early 2000s was when they started playing it on TV a lot. It's always on TNT, if that matters, but I played it all the time. And I loved this movie because it was creepy, but it wasn't like too scary. And you're in this, God, that house. God, the house. I've looked up the building that they've used for that before. I think it was like a school or something. It's a real building because you see all these exterior shots and you're like, what? Who lives there? What is this madness? I've looked it up. You can look up the filming locations and it'll tell you, because I didn't do my job and I didn't write it down. But it's beautiful, it's creepy, it's weird, and I loved that movie as a kid. Which is why I still defend that movie to this day. Because really, honestly, because I'll just watch it over and over. Whenever it comes on TV, I'll watch it, and I think like it's on Amazon now, and sometimes I'm in the mood to watch that movie. And it wasn't until I think like last year, I was watching it before Halloween, and I was watching it with my dad, which is the first mistake. You should never watch anything remotely weird with my father in the room. And like, I'm seeing it through his eyes, like through fresh eyes, and I'm like, this is really cheesy. This is really cheesy. It was like so melodramatic, and I was like, oh, is this what my movie is? The acting's not super great. It's not bad. It's got lots of big names in it. I mean, you've got Lily Taylor, Owen Wilson, and Catherine Zeta-Jones, Liam Neeson. I mean, you've got like a lot of people in there, but it's very much like, it's very 90s cheesy. But I still enjoy it, and I still love to watch it. So, but people do not like that movie. It is the remake of, it was in the 60s, I want to say, The Haunting, and that's all based on a book. And I read the book, and I saw the other movie, and I still just, I like this one. It's just ridiculous, and the 90s CGI is just fun. It's fun, it's campy, it's creepy. Fun, campy, and creepy. That's what I run on. That's what I thrive off of. It's great. So maybe don't watch it, or maybe do. Third on the list. We're going to finish with the big one that I don't understand. But this one we'll go for... I don't know if it's a horror movie. I don't know how you guys define horror movies. I don't know what the overall definition of a horror movie is. Let me just say, there are witches, there is blood and guts, people die. Sounds like a horror movie. I don't know. Action, adventure, fantasy? I don't... Hello. I thought that was my hair. I am talking about none other than Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Guys. Sir. 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 Did we not have a whole talk about this not 5 minutes ago? On your face. Hey, hey, hey. No creepy cloth for cats. Outrageous. Take two. I am talking about none other than Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Guys. I love this movie. I'm just gonna say that a lot because these are all movies I love. It's in the title of the video, for crying out loud. I love Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I think it's hilarious. I think it's so much fun. I think Gemma Arterton is like freaking gorgeous. Like, just kill me now. It's everything about that movie is so good. Famke is just gorgeous and the prettiest witch, and it's a good movie. It's maybe not a good movie, and I think that's where people don't really seem to like, because it's not a quality film. But it is a fun movie, and I think people were expecting something different, maybe something a little more serious. I don't know what they were expecting, but I've heard, like, I'll start talking about, like, oh my god, I love Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, and I'm like, that movie is, like, so dumb. That's, like, so stupid. I'm like, it doesn't even, like, make any sense. And I'm like, And then, last on my list that I've thought of today, and this one I'm prefacing with several of the movies on this list are admittedly not necessarily. Young man, I am trying to talk about weird movies to weird people. I would appreciate your cooperation in this matter. Admittedly, many of the movies on this list are not necessarily good movies, but I like them nonetheless. This last one is, in my opinion, a very good movie, and I don't quite grasp why lots of people don't like it. This time I am talking about The Woman in Black. This movie is really just incredible to me. It is everything that I want. It is everything I want out of a horror movie. I'm very specific in the kind of horror that I like, and if we're not talking about like Raging Cajun Redneck Gators, creature feature kind of things, I really love atmospheric ghost stories. Like, give me any kind of like Victorian ghost story. Oh, I'm there. Just like all of those. Love it. And so when the commercials for this movie started, I said, oh my god, that looks like that was written 100% for me. That was all my interest. Little baby Daniel Radcliffe was gonna go be fighting some ghosts, and I was like, you go, you do it. And I took my mom to see that for her birthday. My mom does not like horror, but she likes a good ghost story. And so we went to see that, and seeing it in the theater is incredible because it's so, the movie's dark and you're in this completely dark room. And we left the theater that night like, it was a very quiet ride home. We're just like, ah, and it was dark outside. We're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And in my house, we have a coat hanger that used to be kind of out in the hallway. So like if you got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, you would see this coat hanger, this human-sized shaped coat hanger. This like very drapey, like almost as if it was like a woman in black. And I was like, ooh, this was a very rough couple of weeks. But that's the thing, this movie had such an impact. Like, it stayed with me. That does not usually happen. And I'm like, this was one of the scariest movies I had seen in such a long time. And it had such a lasting impact. And I just thought the movie was beautiful. The score was beautiful. It was creepy. And just the concept was horrifying. At the end of the movie, you're not quite scared anymore. You're just like, I'm mad as hell. I don't even care if you're a ghost. I'm gonna go fight you in a Walmart parking lot because that's what my American attitude is bringing to this British classical film here. Because she's a bitch. Okay. Don't bitch. But the movie, it was beautiful, and something I really love in horror movies is like, and this is why I like a lot of older horror movies better, especially like when you get to the black and white. I love good shadow work where you see the shadows and you see things in the corner of your eye. It's so subtle, and there are jump scares in the movie, but because you're so tense the whole time, like, I just saw her, and it's the one scene that I love is like you're just following, the camera is following Arthur, and it's just going and going, and it goes straight on past her, and it's just like, it's just these little subtle touches, and I love it. But a lot of people do not like this movie, and I've heard that so many times. I'm like, what? How did you not like this movie? And what I hear most is that it's slow, it's boring, nothing happens. And I'm like, okay. And I think it's just a fundamental difference of interests. Like, I don't like slasher movies. Slasher movies do not appeal to me. I don't want to watch some guy run around with a chainsaw or an axe or insert weapon of your choice chasing down horny teenagers. Like, it does not appeal to me at all. And I'm like, this is boring. Okay, whatever. But I really love, like, when you have to fill in the gaps in your head. Like, it's not like, you are, anything that you create in your mind is going to be scarier than anything they can show on screen. And so it's I like the kind of story-driven aspect of this movie. It's got a great story, and the acting is phenomenal, and the cinematography, guys, it's just a beautiful film to watch. Even if you don't like the story or something, it's still just beautiful to see. It's very gray and marshy and gross. I was thinking of the slimy boy in the marsh. The rest of it's not gross. I love that movie, and so many people don't, and I think that's such a shame. Now, the second one, yeah, pass, whatever. It's like a boring horror movie, but the first one was really, I thought, something spectacular. And nobody else did. So, I watch what I want to watch. So, speaking of, thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed some of what I had to say. I want to know, are there any movies that you love that everybody like? What are the movies that you love that everybody's like, oh, that movie's so dumb, I hate that movie? You know, whatever. We don't need that kind of negativity, but I do want to know what kind of terrible taste in movies you guys have. So leave me a comment down below and tell me about the awful movies that you love that are near and dear to your heart. If you would like to subscribe and see more of these videos, you can hit that little button down below that says subscribe. It's very self-explanatory. Just read the button, click it, you're good to go. You'll see all of the nonsense that I put up on here, so enter at your own risk. I hope you enjoyed this video. I kind of enjoyed making it. I love talking about movies. Movies are my favorite, and honestly, after this, I think I'm gonna go watch The Woman in Black. So, until next time, happy trick-or-treating.